Welcome to Middle East in Depth, part of Levant TV's press reviews. Khalid Atallah writes a piece in Al Monitor on Syria and the chances of the Syrian army taking over Aleppo. According to Atallah, the relative calm experience in Hama does not indicate that its countryside is witnessing possibly crucial battles. Upon leaving the city, one sees that the Syrian army tanks spread on both sides of the international highway, welcoming people with a calm demeanor. However, upon reaching Kamhana, one sees land and towns covered in black smoke and hears the sounds of clashes. Ahmed Fadel, a journalist accompanying the Syrian opposition forces, confirmed that the fighters withdrew from the town due to heavy artillery, shelling and airstrikes by government forces. Sources told Al Monitor that Syrian army is expected to advance after its accomplishments in Hama's western and northern countryside, as well as following the impact it had on imposing a military siege around Aleppo and Idlib. The added Morocco's military fall indicates that the complete securing of military supply lines to the north, which weakens the danger to the troops in Aleppo and positively affects the course of the battles in both the city and its countryside. To conclude, it seems that the Syrian army was able to open new fronts that it was not capable of reaching before. If it achieves its objective of reaching Aleppo's countryside and opening supply lines to the north, the opposition will be in big trouble between the Islamic State on the one hand and the Syrian army on the other. However, the element of surprise is the real decision maker here, especially after the opposition received new weapon supplies shortly after the international war against ISIS started. And French philosopher and writer Bernard-Henri Lévy writes in the Huffington Post about his expulsion from Tunisia, where he sets the record straight while wondering at the extent of the disinformation. Lévy said nothing much happened. A few dozen Islamists or perhaps exiled Gaddafi supporters were waiting for me at the airport and professed outrage at seeing a Zionist set foot in the country. He adds, in a matter of hours I had become, at best that is, in respectable publications, a quote Jewish intellectual or quote a Zionist agent who had come to sow disorder and all by myself to destabilize the young Tunisian democracy. Lévy says he went to hold a meeting in a hotel openly and transparently with Libyan friends who had come expressly from Libya to hold a dialogue of national reconciliation on neutral grounds with me present. But suddenly, he adds, I supposedly had a secret agenda. According to some, that agenda was to meet up with the Islamists of Ennahda. According to others, it was, if I've got this straight, to take part along with one of the worst Islamic radicals in the region. And when it comes to intense media coverage assuming he was ejected from Tunisia, Lévy said, I left when my meeting with the Libyans was over, and the Tunisian authorities, as far as I could tell, behaved in a perfectly ordinary way. That was it for today's brief stories. For more updates, please visit us on levant.tv. You could also subscribe to Middle East in Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.